What's really hiding in your checkout receipts? These little things could be poisoning you. Hey friends, quick one today, but it's really important. If you've ever grabbed a receipt, shoved it in your back pocket, in your purse, in your wallet, given it to one of your children without thinking about it, well, you may want to stop doing that. These innocent-looking little slips of paper are impregnated with a chemical called BPA, bisphenol A, which messes with our hormones, and it gets into our body much more easily than you would think. And it's still legal to use it in these receipts, which are made of a heat-treated paper. So if you're new here, my name's Emma Voysey and I'm a health coach, and I help people transform their energy, their body and their brain health in midlife. And I did this myself, and I help others now to do the same by ditching the junk, by rewriting the rules, and by reclaiming their power. Stop recording. So part one, what is BPA? BPA, or bisphenol A, is used on thermal paper so that it reacts to heat to enable things like receipts and other documents to be printed without using ink. Sounds amazing, except it's also an endocrine disruptor. That means when it gets into the body, it mimics estrogen and messes with our hormones. And that can lead to fertility problems, early puberty in children, low testosterone. It can contribute to thyroid problems and even certain cancers. It's been found in breast cancer and prostate cancer. It's also linked to obesity, diabetes, insulin resistance, and even brain issues. So it is quite a big deal. Stop recording. Part two, how does it get in? You might be thinking, well, you don't need to eat the receipt, just touching it is enough. One study found BPA in the urine just after 10 seconds of contact with a receipt like this one. And if you use hand sanitizer before you touch the receipt, the absorption is increased by up to 100 times. We've all been squirting hand sanitizer around since 2020, but that habit plus receipt handling, it's like a hormonal double whammy. And here's the kicker. Your skin, our biggest organ, absorbs what you put onto it. So that's how it gets into the body. It doesn't just sit there on the outside, it gets into us, it gets into our bodies, and it disrupts the hormones. Stop recording. Part three, receipts aren't the only culprit. BPA also shows up in plastic bottles and food containers, especially the number 7 plastics. Tin can linings, so even in like your tins of tomatoes, the more acidic the food in the tin, the worse the situation gets. Coffee cup lids and takeaway packaging. Some dental fillings and even cling film. But receipts, they're everywhere. They're still unregulated and they're still handed out like Smarties, and people aren't being warned about the dangers of touching them. And if you're somebody who works with receipts and handles them all day long, you really might want to consider wearing cotton gloves, or, well, I can't really see any other way around it. You can't start using a peg or your sleeve to hold the receipt. So probably cotton gloves would be your best bet. Stop recording. Chapter 4. Part 4. Here's what you can do. Say no to receipts when you don't really need them. Wash your hands after handling them. Don't let your kids play with them. Don't let your kids touch them. And avoid hand sanitizer just before touching receipts. But as a side note, I would avoid hand sanitizer anyway, unless it's an emergency, because hand sanitizer, a bit like the BPA in your receipts, gets into our body. It gets in through the skin. It gets in if you pick up some food and you've already sanitized your hands a few minutes earlier or some time earlier, and you digest it, it gets into your gut and it disrupts your gut bacteria. And your gut is full of good bacteria, and there's some bad ones in there too, but usually they keep themselves in a balance. It's going to disrupt your gut bacteria and kill off the good guys. So, it's called antibacterial for a reason. It kills bacteria, and that also includes the bacteria that we need to survive, to thrive. If you're a cashier or you're handling loads of these receipts every day, you're, waiting staff, or you're working in any situation where you have to handle this thermal heat treated paper, then ask your employer about using BPA free paper. It does exist. I'm sure it's more expensive, but it is out there. And most importantly, share this information. People have no idea. They just don't know this stuff. If every one of you shared it with 5 other people, word would start to get out, and ask them to share the information too. I've linked some research sources down in the description, for the skeptics. If you want to dive deeper, if you want to go down the rabbit hole and really investigate this fully, and you're not just prepared to take my word for it. Your health isn't just about what you eat. It's about what you touch, what you breathe, and what you absorb. It's about everything that we are exposed to in the world around us, in this modern world that we live in and we have to try and navigate through. So stay curious and stay informed and keep making better choices, one tiny piece of paper at a time. If you like this, hit the thumbs up. Please subscribe to my channel. It really helps me. Make a comment. Let me know where you're watching from. I've had people watching from all over the world, and I do read all the comments. I love to hear from you. And share this with a friend who needs to know. And share it with someone who collects receipts like it's 1992. And if you enjoyed this video, you might like to watch one of these 2 next. And if you would like more information from me, you can subscribe to my private email subscribers newsletter, which comes out every week. There's a link in the description below. But until next time, keep it simple, stay strong, and nourish, don't punish. Thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate you. Cheerio for now.